What's good, everybody? I'm Michael Herter from RawGameplay.com.
This is your boy Bushin from RawGameplay.com.
Where the only thing we like raw is our video gameplay and not herpes. And in today's episode, we're going to review Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
That's right.
You know what, dude? I'm not going to front. The game is very interesting. Let's talk about the storyline. Let's go straight in. Let's not even have any appetizers. Let's go straight for the main course.
All right, definitely. Storyline is basically you take off in the museum, as you'll see behind us. We have Mysterio trying to get an artifact to sell on the black market so he can gain money out of it, or a mint, as he says in the beginning of the intro. And of course, Spider-Man tries to save the day, as he usually does, with his sarcasm and, tries to be all dashing and whatnot.
His humor.
But not knowing that the artifact that he punches when Mysterio uses it to cover scattered across three other different dimensions, if I'm not mistaken.
Three other dimensions. What's the name of the artifact? I like it's the artifact of something in chaos. Of
Order
and chaos. That's the name of the Ten Commandment tablet of order and chaos. And Mysterio wants to steal it. Go ahead. Let me not interrupt you, my brother. I apologize. Go ahead.
So Mysterio wants to steal the artifact, not knowing that the power that it possesses when it does shatter, he soon realizes that he can gain power, and instead of using his illusions, which he sucks balls at, he can use it for actual real powers and make real snakes and actual his illusions come to life.
Not to be a spoiler, but later on in the game, you will see.
Oh, yes.
He will get it in. Don't think he just disappeared in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
He will return.
He will return.
Okay, yeah.
But Madam Web, of course, comes in out of nowhere, as she always does, mysteriously, and she gives you a little in-depth of how you and three other universes of the Amazing Spider-Man, which is the one you see in the beginning. Then you also have Noir, which is the Spider-Man from back in the 1930s during the Great Depression. You also have Ultimate Spider-Man, from not too far in the distant future of Amazing Spider-Man, but he has the symbiote outfit, which of course, Venom.
Going in.
And 2099 Spider-Man, just to make it clear, not Peter Parker.
He's not Peter Parker.
He's not Peter Parker.
What's his name?
Miguel O'Hara, which is a scientist in genetics, I think is just what it is. And he was experimenting one day, trying to make himself like the original Spider-Man, with all this high tech.
Current day Spider-Man.
Right, from the current day Spider-Man. Then, of course, he got bit, and half his DNA structure, just like every other Spider-Man, got bestowed on with his powers.
Well, you know what, dude? Out of all the dimensions of Spider-Man, I like the 2099 Spider-Man.
Like the futuristic one?
Futuristic, dude is crazy. He sounds a little bit more manlier than Spider-Man. His powers is dope.
Oh, yes.
I like his costume. See, we went into depth, right? Now, a lot of people don't know that the 2099 Spider-Man, his outfit, you see it striving. It looks like computerized because the whole city's computerized. He has spikes on his arms. We said, me and Nelson was like, I wonder what them spikes on his arms are for. What's the spikes on his arms for?
The spikes are basically fangs to paralyze his enemies while he's fighting them in combat.
Crazy. What, son? Spider-Man is off the heezy for sheezy my kneesy. Now, let me ask you a question about Noir, right? Because I'm a little confused, because you and I was kind of like, not debating about it, but now, from what I gather, Noir, and I'm sure our viewers will correct one of us if one of us are wrong,
eventually.
Noir is the 1930s Spider-Man. He's like, looks like I had a bum rap. He didn't say that, but it's like when they used to speak like that.
Yeah.
And I realized that Madam Web, for each character, for each different shattered dimension, she actually enhances their power. Now, I was saying to Nelson, wait a minute, Madam Web looks like she gave this Noir abilities to wall crawl, because it looks like he couldn't wall crawl from the beginning. Am I right or wrong, bro?
Yeah, from the beginning he couldn't wall crawl at all.
Because he has a gun.
Right, he has a gun. In the original, if you read the comics from the North, you guys know about it, he started off basically with just the mask, the goggles, and a trench coat, and a revolver.
Spider-Man with a gun. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't even look right. So I think Madam Web, she gave each, and she actually enhanced each character's power. So let's start off with modern day red costume Spider-Man, Peter Parker. In the original Spider-Man, I don't think Peter Parker can see through walls. She hooked him up with one of those advanced powers. Anything else you want to add to that?
Well, basically, when she was given into tutorial, she was basically heightening his spider sense, so he's able to see enemies through walls and also see objects that are broken down, so you can repeatedly mash the B button to apply it out.
Now, see what I like about Spider-Man, because idiots like myself, I like to say, is that unlike all the traditional games, you put the game in and you just go straight into the action. You got to push buttons, you mashing buttons, you don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
What I like about this version of Scattered Dimensions, Spider-Man Scattered Dimensions, is that Madam Web breaks it down to you. She tells you what's going on. She shows you all the different dimensions. She's telling you exactly, because of that tablet of chaos and order that it got scattered. And if evil gets their hands on it, they can use it for evil, which my man right here was going to do it. But the thing about it is that Spider-Man... Just go on. Just talk. I lost my mind. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well,
I apologize to you guys.
So just to fill in for what he was saying, that the tablet that Mysterio was trying to gain actually has special powers to make anything happen. And it's basically one of the most prized possessions out of all artifacts of history.
That's right, and he has to go scatter it. I hate when this happens to me, 'cause I'm thinking about stupid crap when I'm filming. I'm sorry, everybody out there. I'm an idiot. I apologize. Anyway, let's get back on to the review. First of all, we are all over the place. First of all, this episode of Raw Gameplay is brought to you by
The Game Zone, which is located in Jersey,
Uh-huh.
and also by GZ Gaming.
Game. I forgot to say that. We gotta throw that in there because y'all be blessing us. You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna front. They gave us arcade sticks.
Yep.
They gave us a whole bunch of goodies, so we gotta rep them. You know what I mean? So go to rawgameplay.com, click on the links, you'll find them. Go on, my brother.
So what should we talk about now? Since we talked about a little bit about the stories and a little bit about the in-character in depth, how about controls, if anything?
Before we get to the controls, can I get a little bit more into each character? Because we spoke about the futuristic 2099 Spider-Man, the Noir, about him. You guys correct us if we're wrong. And then we have the symbiote suit Spider-Man, which we already know who this is. We already know what it is. But none of them are bad. None of those 4-dimension Spider-Mans are bad.
Nope.
Because what you do is that you play in the bodies of each one. And Madam Web helps guide you and tells you what to do. The game does get intense. You do have fighting combat, which is so hilarious that when we fight, you know what? Let's talk about the controls. The controls are pretty easy because at first, the reason why I never really liked playing Spider-Man, because I wasn't really a Spider-Man fanatic. Web of Shadows and all the other Spider-Man, I couldn't get with because it was just repetitive.
Oh, yeah.
You would have the web slinging, you would be all over the place. But this Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, the controls are really good. For a novice like myself, who really doesn't play Spider-Man on the regular like you and, of course, Corey, he goes in with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Corey, we miss you. Where the hell are you? Moving on. And I picked up the controls, and the best thing about it is that they show you how to do combos, XXX, YY. Then you can grab an enemy, fling them up in the air, do a combo, bop, 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 and you can swing them off the ledge. Just so much things. What I like about it as well too is when I'm web slinging and I miss and I'm falling, you can recover and save yourself from dying.
Yes.
From hitting the ground. Because imagine, come on now, you in the city, you're Spider-Man, you fall on the ground and you fall and die from falling. You ain't Spider-Man, bro.
Yeah, technically you're not. But it's also the same mechanics if you ever played Prince of Persia, which is for the Xbox 360. Basically the same thing when the girl comes in and rescues you from dear life. It's almost the same thing. But you can still die in normal combat in this game. But
Double
not
jumping.
by falling from endless skies for no reason. Because it's just hit right trigger. You can sit there all day. I was sitting there the other day eating my dinner. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to touch it. Okay, yeah, all right, I'll touch it now. And then I'll just do it because it slows it down.
And when you fall, you can grab yourself. You know what? If you play Spider-Man, you'll love this Spider-Man because you're playing like I said, in the bodies of 4 different Spider-Mans, and some of them feel different. I've noticed when I go into 2099 Spider-Man's body, he doesn't really run like the regular Peter Parker would run. He mostly walks, and then you can run. Well, no, I'm correct. I'm sorry. I stand corrected. I'm thinking about the training mode.
Oh no, they all walk like that. When it goes into cinematic mode, they all walk in like they got.
I'm sorry,
you know.
forgive. That's wrong information. Yeah, you are absolutely correct. I was thinking so many things. The game is jam packed. Only thing about it is though, it's about 7 hours worth of gameplay. If I'm correct, if you want to play it straight, multiplayer. There's no multiplayer in the game.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a standalone game. But you know what? It's most likely these days, if anybody makes a standalone game, it loses its value after you play it a couple times. And then you just put it on a shelf or you go to wherever your local game store and trade it in for something like that.
Yep.
But I would definitely say keep this in your library, man. So we talked about the visuals. Beautiful visuals.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I like the fact that when you're playing as North Spider-Man, it looks almost like black and white. You know, North Spider-Man, he's a little different because he's not like traditional Spider-Man where where he can just swing in and grab you and fling you and punch you up. Because I remember I was fighting an enemy as Nor. Nor, you have to play as a sneak. You have to creep up behind most of your characters and do a surprise attack because the Nor Spider-Man is not as, I guess, powerful as regular Spider-Man or 2099 Spider-Man. Am I right or wrong?
That's absolutely correct. He's basically all stealth based, and you have to attack your enemies by using sneak attacks. Of course, you hit the B button behind him, and he slings them across, and he just whacks the crap out of them on the ground and sticks them to the wall, whatever.
And regular red suit Spider-Man, you're playing, it's almost like a cartoon shader look. It actually gives it a really nice look. It actually looks cartoony, but it's still, the visuals still look really nice. Even when you go into 2099, you see 2099 Spider-Man, he's jumping. It reminds me of that scene when Anakin Skywalker jumped off that floating car,
the floating car,
and was like trying to get the assassin that just killed that tried to kill the princess or whoever, Princess Leia. Oh
No, Princess Leia.
It's about Spider-Man, so it's not even about Star Wars. But it reminds me of that. And when you go into, it's like when you go into each different dimension of Spider-Man, you definitely see the visuals looking different. They, if you look at the posters on the wall with Nor, it coexists with the time that you're in right now.
That's right.
I'm just a little confused. Why is Madam Web wearing a blindfold on her face?
Actually, something happened to Madam Web a long time ago, and now she just sees through, because she's a psychic. She's able to, she reads the future. She tells you what's going on. She guides you through. But she went through a little accident back in the past. But for all y'all Spider-Man fans out there that know, you guys should know right on the money why.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing about Madam Web. Madam Web, she got all these powers to hook Spider-Man up and stuff like that, and all the different dimensions of Spider-Man and travel. Imagine, wouldn't it be dope if you seen a Spider-Man where Madam Web went crazy?
Yo.
She's the enemy.
Yo.
We only got a few minutes left. We don't want to spoil it because we both ended the game.
Yes.
It's about 7 hours long, and actually I sat there for the whole duration to end the game.
Yeah.
When we usually give you the insight, they say, "Oh, you spoiled it," so we ain't gonna tell you. You want to talk about the bosses real quick, or you want to leave it up to them?
I'll tell them a boss from each of the thing, because the game is pretty short. But I'll just tell them one from each universe.
Yeah, because they're gonna cry if we spoil it for them.
Yeah. So let's say, for an example, you're playing with Amazing Spider-Man. Okay, you might have to fight, Sandman. Not gonna tell you the other bosses though. Then you're gonna have to go to the Ultimate Spider-Man. You may have to fight Deadpool. Okay, that's pretty good. I like Deadpool, as a matter of fact. Then you go to Nor. You have to fight Vulture, which is very different from the regular Amazing Spider-Man, but you'll see when you get the game. And Future, let's see, how about a female Dr. Octopus?
Yeah, I didn't say nothing. He did, not me. He said. He said it. But we can go on and on and on about this I'm about to say Street Fighter.
Spider-Man.
Shattered Dimensions. As far as renting it, buying it, or forgetting about it, I would pretty much. Well, you know what? What do you say, Nelson?
Buy it. If you're definitely a Spider-Man fan like me and loves the comics and all the downloadable content that you'll get later on with the game and all the unlockables, it will keep you going. It has very little replay value, but if you're a true Spider-Man fan,
I am not a Spider-Man fan. Actually, I did not like Spider-Man. So when I said, oh, God, I'm a reviewer. I got to review this. I can't be biased. And when I put it in, I was like, wow. The game, the storyline is good. It's a little repetitive, though.
Yes.
The enemies seem kind of stupid. They just see me and sit there and take it.
Yeah.
You can easily. But when you get to the boss matches, it can be a little frustrating. But I will let you figure that out on your own. I would say, for being a non-Spider-Man fan, but being somebody who just got into Spider-Man, besides Web of Shadows and the other Spider-Man I played, I forgot what it was, I would say buy it too. The replay, like Nelson said, the replay value is not what we thought it would be. The replay value, if you want to mess around and do all different types of crap on the side, you can do that. But that's our time. Definitely, we have a few seconds. Let's talk about the monthly beatdown since we got some time.
All right, let's see.
September 24th, if I'm correct?
September 24th, monthly beatdown number 17. Of course, your boy Ohms is hosting it.
You're for real?
At the East Spot.
Jersey City.
Jazzy City.
That's right. Go out there. Street Fighter cash prizes are available. Come out there, get your ass whipped. Yo, y'all play Street Fighter, Super Street Fighter 4. Come out there, support the East Spot because we got to keep the Street Fighter scene going here on the East Coast, son.
That's right.
That's how we roll, knucker.
That's
how
right,
we roll.
baby.
So come out there, Jersey City. For more information, go to rawgameplay.com. Find us on the web, and plus go to youtube.com and watch the racist episode I put up there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thank you guys, I had to get from the heart, but I'm Michael Hurdle from Raw Gameplay.
And this is your boy Nelson Reels from Raw Gameplay.
Yo, we out, bruh.
Later.